Run?
Yeah.
But what are you going to do?
Yeah. The kind of decision your brain's set up to make is, do I fight? Do I run? Do I climb that tree? Do I duck under the bush? You know, am I going to kick? Am I going to punch? Very simple black and white decisions. Do you need to be thinking about complex problems of environmental change in the 21st century, or how am I going to resolve these problems of the budget deficit, or how am I going to address these issues of peace in the Middle East? Your brain's not set up like that. You're not able to think about those kind of things. You're not set up to problem solve, think laterally, think creatively. Because again, it's not required, right? You just need to make simple decisions. In fact, thinking about things in too much detail would probably cause you to be eaten by that saber-toothed tiger, because overthinking things would mean that you wouldn't react quickly enough and you wouldn't deal with that situation. So your brain is actually set up in a way that you have a diminished amount of oxygenated blood only going to the parts of your brain that are responsible for making those quick-fire decisions. Hence, it becomes very difficult to think clearly when you're stressed, and you probably find that when you're really stressed, can you think clearly? Can you make good decisions?
No,
of course not. In fact, you start to feel panicky and anxious, and you find it really difficult to make good decisions. And again, that's a biological thing. We tend to feel that that's a feeling or an emotion. When we talk to people about stress, and they're like, oh, I feel overwhelmed, or I can't think clearly, or just can't find a way out from this, or it's just too much for me. And they tend to feel that that's an emotion, but it's not actually an emotion. It's a biological change that's causing you to think in that way. To further understand this, we did an experiment a couple of years ago. We got two groups of people, and they were all of equal levels of intelligence. They all did a simple aptitude test before we started. And the first group, we put them in a room which had nice ambient lighting, very gentle, relaxing music playing, candles burning, aromatherapy oils, and just done our best to create a very nice, relaxing environment. Excuse me. We put them into this room, and then we asked them to do some simple exercises, some general knowledge puzzles, crosswords, Sudoku, those kind of things. Excuse me. And then we timed them to see how long on average it took them to do these 5 or 6 different exercises, and the average amount of time was about 13 minutes. In the second room, we had same number of people, but this room had heavy metal music playing very, very loud. We had strobe lighting flashing on and off very brightly. We had a couple of toasters in the room that were set on high, so there was toast that was burning, so there was smoke and obviously this horrible smell of burning toast. And there was a couple of actors in there that essentially were there to start an argument. So they were there, just basically being aggressive and starting an argument. And then we asked people to do exactly the same exercise and time them to see how long it took them. How long do you think it took the people in that room to do those activities?
45 minutes?
Yeah, you're very, very good. It was 47 minutes, so you're pretty much absolutely correct. So it took them essentially nearly 3 times as long to do the same activities. And the reason that we did that is to better understand what happens to our ability to think clearly, to problem solve, to make good decisions, to think laterally when we're experiencing stress. And essentially it diminishes to the point where it can take you 3 times as long to do the same activities. Now, there are many of us in a workplace that are suffering from high stress and finding that that we may not be aware of this, but we're actually spending a lot longer on activities because of the state that we're in. It's not conducive for us to do those effectively. So sometimes we can actually increase our productivity and efficiency just literally by taking some time to relax and ensure there's more oxygenated blood going up to the brain. Now, a lot of people say to me, well, all you did is distract them. No, you didn't stress them out. It's just a distraction. All these things distracted them. Well, the interesting thing is, what if I said to you, oh my God, it's already